the top realtors in the area, man. He working with Exit.
Yeah.
My man gonna chop it up with us about this real estate, man. We're gonna touch a lot of stuff, man, on men buying property, how you can work your property, how you can make your property work for you, all those different things, man. We're gonna let my man Rob jump in here on some of this. So Rob, how long you been in the business, brother?
Oh man, I've been in real estate since 2004.
Oh man.
And full time since 2007. That's when I flipped my first property. So when the economy crashed, I cashed out. I cashed in. So that's when I started full time.
Okay.
Everybody was losing their jobs, so I decided to go ahead and learn how to flip houses and do real estate full time. And I ain't never looked back. We'll be in 2020.
Is that still legal?
What?
I know at one time they stopped it. You had to live in there for a certain amount of time. Was that true?
What, flipping houses?
Yeah.
It's like you guys gotta hold it for like about 91 days. But you know, you have like, you know, a lot of different processes so that you can go ahead and get rid of it earlier.
Okay, I didn't know that. I was told something different. That's good to know.
Right. But if you like going through financing, you gotta hold it for 91 days. But in flipping houses, we going cash buyers. We going all cash. That's what we doing.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
We buying a house all cash. The house is $100,000. We giving them $100,000. And we sell. We putting like about $30,000 into it, and we selling that house for just say like $280,000.
Hey now, I'm in the wrong business. I like that flip.
So you saying you purchasing houses for 30? I don't know. Run that by me again. 100.
Just say typical house. Just say Fordsville house. 1,200 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 2 full bathrooms in the basement. Right?
Okay.
Typical house. Fenced in backyard. And the owner loses their house, or they and the house is damaged, got a lot of repairs.
Right.
So I contact the owner and say the owner owns the house free and clear. They own it outright, but it's banged up. So I offer them on the open market, the fair market, it'll probably go for like about, just say, 180. I get off from like about 80,000 cash.
Okay.
House as is. Don't put any work into it. You can leave your stuff if you want. Everything. I clean it out. Just buy 80,000, and that's it. So, buy for 80,000. I'll put like about, say I put like 30,000 into it. That put me at what?
110.
Yeah.
You got it for 80, put 30, 110.
Yeah, 110. And then I sell it for like what? 200, 210.
So you walk away with 100 clean. Yes, indeed. I got to get with this.
Not
program.
really 100. It's not really 100,000 because you know you got to pay the man.
And the
you gotta
taxes.
pay the taxes.
30%. So 30%, you walk away with 70,000.
Yeah.
Woo, I like it though. I like it.
That's still a good look, man.
Yeah. But that's on the investment side though. So so you got the investment side, and then you got the retail, the real estate agent side.
Okay.
Where I work with Exit Community Realty. So you have that side. That's the side where everybody is basically kind of afraid of, because they say I get my credit up. I gotta like save up some money. You know what I'm saying? I gotta make sure my taxes are good. Yeah, you do.
Right.
You know, but we got like different programs that'll help you get money, different programs that'll help you like get your taxes straight, and different programs that guys do the process if the house is banged up.
So let's say this. So you said there are programs that help you get money for a house. So suppose you already own houses. Is it still programs for people that still own houses and want another house?
It depends on how long you had that house, for one. And it depends on your loan. So they're not going to give you, like the programs are usually for first-time home buyers. So if you want to get another house and it's in your name, then it's like another like loan package. So to answer your question, you probably will not be able to get a program to buy a second house in your name, because it won't be your primary residence. You can only get it for your primary residence.
So how does that work if you have two houses? So you just got to come up with that money, or is it a loan for that, or so you have a primary residence, but you want another house and you want to use that primary residence as a rental, and you want to move out. Okay, so how does that work? So your second home, do you have to come to the table with something, or you can?
Well, what I would suggest my client, what I would suggest them do is you rent your house out and you use that rental income that you get as part as income for your next house. And on top of that, I would ask them to also take out a little equity loan out of that house so that I can put down a down payment for their next house. So your income from the rental is added on to your how much money you make every month, and on top of that, you can have an equity loan, a small equity loan out of your house to put out as a down payment on your second house.
Okay.
Really ain't coming out the pocket. You're just using your house as an ATM, basically.
Oh, good to know. So I asked this question because as men, we're afraid to buy property. Most property owners are owned by women, unless you're married, right? And I was one of those people. What I feared was the number of 30 years. Never thinking the fact that, you know what I'm saying? So you get a car, your car is 5 years or 3 years, however you may do it. Your house is maybe 15 or 30 years. It's 15 if you do a speed, right? And it's 30 if you go regular.
Right.
Okay, so my fear was the 30 years.
That you locked in for 30 years.
Exactly. Not knowing that the fact that was an idiot statement of mine, because you gotta have somewhere to live anyway, right?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Right, but most men don't own property.
I know.
So how do we get people out of the fear of buying property if they're single men?
Well, I would say this, is that for one, is that if you renting, your other alternative is to rent, and we've been renting. All right.
I heard that in the barbershop today, actually.
Landlord typical. We raising the rent. That's typical. What's typical is that we doing renovations on these properties, so you're gonna have to move from the front to the back, and then if you want to move back up in here, since we renovated these properties up front in the front community, you're gonna have to pay more.
Right.
You ain't got no choice. If you don't want to do it, roll out. Rental. Your house, your own house, you can do what you want. It's your house, your payment every month. You can make changes on it, or you don't want to make changes on it. You can use utilities, turn them on when you want, turn them off when you want. Have company when you want. Turn the music up loud, turn it down. However you want to live, and it's steady. So just say that you want to take some money out. You want to go on a vacation. You want to go on a trip. You want to buy a car. You want to buy a boat. You want to make a business move. However you want to do it. You can take money out of your house. If you have equity, take money out of your house and start your business or start your endeavor or or make the purchase that you want.
How long does that process take to take money out your home?
It's like a equity loan, so it'll probably take it don't take no more, like about a week, maybe at the most. Get your check.
A week, that's it?
Yeah.
I'm on my way to the Bank of America tomorrow.
Your house got some equity. Your house got some equity. Yeah, it take about
But you know, one of the things that I hear a lot of brothers talk about, man, and I think it has more to do with, in terms of fear, the fear factor has more to do with embarrassment of not adequately preparing ourselves throughout that process. Like we don't have adequate credit. We don't save enough money in order to put something down. And then the greatest embarrassment is I don't want anybody in my business running my credit for them to find out that my credit rating is like 400, 450.
I know a bunch of men and women like that.
You know what I'm saying? And I can't get anything. So it's the embarrassment, like,
and that's
I stay away from that. So I'll just go and try to rent. And I'm not even really renting. I'm staying with my girl or I'm staying with somebody else who used their credit. So can you talk a little bit about that, or how you approach brothers that have those type of issues?
Well, how I would do it, I approach guys like that, brothers like that, saying that we have like programs to get your credit up. You don't have to like pay everything on your credit report. United States don't do it. So we got ways that we do.
God Almighty! Whoa, hold it now! You just talking about hey, you talking about a $13 trillion debt that who the hell they paying, huh?
Exactly.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They gonna hold us accountable for not paying, but then they are.
Right. So I'm like, so we have ways to like, not saying that you just don't want to pay your bills, because you have to be like responsible. Fiscally responsible if you want to like purchase a house. So, but I do suggest that if you have like old bills, like they have ways as where you can like get those old bills off of your credit report, so that your credit score can get up to like about a 6. You need like about a credit score like about a 640, 625, something like that. But I just say, people, let's get up to like a 640 credit score. Let's get there, and then you're gonna be eligible to get it. So now, once you get your credit up, because we're gonna take all of the erroneous, outdated items off your credit report, and when those drop off, your credit score will increase. Then you gotta save money. So just say, for an example, you want to get your first house. Just say it's going to cost, keep the numbers even in my head. So I could just say $100,000. You want to get a condo, 2-bedroom condo. You want to get $100,000. So you got to save, if you want to go FHA financing, and FHA, you got to put down 3.5% down payment, okay? 3.5% down payment. So that the house costs $100,000. 3.5%, $100,000 is $3,500. Okay?
Okay.
That's $3,500 that you gotta have in your account. Not saying that you gotta save it.
Okay.
You gotta have it.
Okay.
You gotta beat it.
Okay. And how long should that be in your account? Because they look at that. How long? It's like I give you $3,500 today, and then you go and put it in your account tomorrow. Can you on Saturday go and look for the house and say, I got $3,500 in my account to use as a down payment?
No.
Exactly. Yeah,
No.
talk a little bit how that process goes.
So you gotta hold that money into your account for a couple of days to let it season in your account. But that's not a problem. That's not a problem at all.
No.
So don't worry about that. So really find out what you need to do from square one is go to a lender. He gonna tell you exactly. He gonna tell you credit. You gotta go to this month. This is what you gotta get off. This is what you gotta get off. This is what you gotta get off.
Okay.
This how much money. Here go your pay stubs. This how much money you can afford to pay on a monthly amount. And then once he says, say you can pay like $1,500 a month. That's probably like about a $230,000 payment or something like that. So you look at a house for $230,000.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So it's real
So is that insurance and all for that $1,500?
It depends.
But see, a lot of people don't understand that piece. Like you got the insurance piece, the taxes,
all
the
that
HOA.
if that's in that neighborhood. I can't stand HOA, but I hate to pay somebody tell me what to do.
Yeah, you're right, because say that you can pay $1,500 max. You get approved $1,500 payment max. Where if you live in Upper Marlboro and you want to live in Kettering, then the $1,500 you gotta pay HOA. The taxes are higher, and on top of that, the houses are valued more. So you're gonna get some low house, like less house, or you're gonna get something smaller out there. But if you go to Oxon Hill, you're gonna get more. You know what I'm saying?
So your county
taxes are lower.
So what is the high counties?
Taxes.
Yes.
Prince George's 3.6%. Everybody else lower, even Montgomery County.
Wow.
Charles County real low. Charles County low. Calvin County low. Anne Arundel County low.
Which is interesting because if PG County is one of the highest counties in terms of the percentages and property tax and things of that nature, and Montgomery County is lower, you look at it and say, well, on Montgomery County they want $500,000 for this home, and in Prince George's County they may want $350 for the home. But when you start looking at the taxes that you end up paying, it's like you pay $500,000, then you know what I'm saying, in Montgomery, right, on your payment. So you might well got the house out Montgomery County, and been, it's like equal billings, right? Wow, that's incredible, man.
I don't know if it's equal, but sometimes you get like
you gonna pay for commute and all that.
Less services out here.
All right, well, we're gonna go ahead and take about a minute break here, y'all. We right here, man.
Y'all chiming up.
And we
chiming up about that credit information. That's what's happening. We learning tonight.
That nature and how we can get our African American men more involved in the property game and purchasing property and real estate. Again, this is the Men's Corner. We be right back at you.
That's what's up. Y'all drill me, man.
You teaching, but look, you on there rapping like, how's my credit score? Sharing information.
That's wild, man. I need to talk to a lady today.
Welcome to DeMarco Solar.
Let's go get it. Come on! Let's go get it.
DeMarco Solar, located at 3353 Darnell Drive in Forestville, Maryland. If in fact you got somewhere to go tonight, come see us at DeMarco Solar. Got fresh sweatsuits for you fellas, fresh tees for you fellas, and look, let me tell you something. Something real simple, something real sweet. All colors, all sizes, but here's the deal. DeMarco Solar, we customize a lot of clothing for everybody and anybody. DeMarco Solar, 3353 Darnell Drive in Forestville, Maryland. Come on, come see us, because guess what? We got it all.
You got it all.
Hey, Lisa. Come on back to me, man. Need some love. We coming on back, y'all. Get back live at you right here at the Men's Corner, ladies and gentlemen. Again, the Men's Corner produced by the Men's Corner and powered by DJ Glam, videography by none other than BeeSting Media. And we're coming to you live from DeMarco Solar here with Rob Bailey of Exit Realty. And we having a heck of a conversation here, just talking about owning property, real estate, how to get your credit scores, where they need to be. And Rob left off with something. He said, I was talking about getting copies of your credit scores from the various credit agencies. And he said, hey, let's go to a lender. And that's a heck of a way to look at it. Just go to somebody, man, and we got to put down that pride and just say, look here, I'm going to trust these people here with my information, and they're going to tell me what to do so that I can start purchasing. But now, fellas, all of y'all running out there, man, and don't have no jobs, and keep talking about, man, I want to get a house, and you don't have no income substantiated where somebody can really follow the paper trail, you ain't getting no house, man. So stop pump faking. So if you can talk to me about the paper trail and what that means.
Oh, I got a house with no job. That's when what was that called? Stated income.
The stated income.
Yeah, that's how I purchased my house. I ain't had no. I was working, but
how long ago was that? Does that still exist?
Yeah. You can get one.
But your interest rate be higher, but it still exists.
Okay. Well, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. You know what I mean?
They estimate. You do your tax returns, so you estimate your tax returns, and then
you ain't got no job. How you doing tax returns?
Well, you gotta do something. How you just gonna you just out there? You just got cash. You just out there.
Yeah, when you doing stated income, that's what that meant.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean,
but it must don't exist anymore.
And you gotta have a bank account, and you gotta make regular deposits.
Well, I had that.
You asked for too much, man. You asked for too much, man.
Sometimes, how you going? Yeah, but you just got just mattress cash.
Yeah, I mean, that's
well,
what
I had a business, but I wasn't
That's-
paying myself. I had a business, but I wasn't paying myself, and that's how I purchased my home off of
Right.
stated income.
Income, right.
Because you was having deposits.
Right.
Right. But that's a paper trail though that leads into
But it
something.
makes your interest rate higher.
Yeah.
Because it's a big risk.
Yeah.
Because you technically don't have a income that's steady.
Yeah,
Right,
steady.
right. And I understand that. But again, we just trying to get these brothers to understand, man, that you gotta have something going on. We gotta start purchasing.
But if they have remember, cash is king.
Mm-hmm.
And if they got mattress cash, somebody make it work.
Okay.
Trust
Now here's the thing. Somebody just asked a question here. It says, I was told, this is Lisa said, I was told that one should never use a broker versus a bank for financing because the broker fees are outrageous. Is this true? Hey Dre, how you doing there, brother Dre? Andre Johnson.
Well, broker fees are sometimes high.
Mm-hmm.
But brokers also get you a lower interest rate. Because brokers work harder for you. Because brokers have I can go here, 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 I can go here. I can fit your loan if you got a high debt to income ratio, but you got but you make good money, then I can put your loan over here and I can get you a loan from here.
Okay.
If you go to a regular bank, you go to a regular banking institution, if you don't fit their criteria, then you out.
Got you.
That's it.
Got you.
So of course the broker he want to get paid for
the extra work that they putting in because he trying to make sure that you get it.
Exactly.
So question, with that being said,
but
does it lower your interest rate if you touch both of them to see who comes back with a better interest rate?
nah, it doesn't. It doesn't lower because you can negotiate your interest rate back and forth. You can say, well, Navy Federal expert, mortgage experts giving me, lower interest rate. What y'all gonna do? You can send it to them. This is the rates they're giving me.
And that's interesting you said that because I was telling people this about cars. These jokers riding around here in these 17 and 20% cars. That's a person giving you a goddamn interest rate. And I've been saying this for years, and I'm glad you said that. And it's the same thing with houses.
Yeah.
It's a person giving an interest rate. It's not a computer.
Nah.
So some of the programs that they have out, I know traditionally they used to have a program. What's that thing called when you get something on the arm?
Oh, that's your mortgage. That's your mortgage. The way your mortgage is structured.
Right. Can you talk a little bit about that and what that means when they talk about this person has their rate is their payment rather is on an arm versus a regular payment or commercial payment. Fixed versus the arm.
Well, a arm is when your payment is steady when you first go into the house. And then on year number 5, it'll go up a little bit because when you first move into the house, they say, okay, you make this much money, so your payment gonna be this low. But we figure that you're gonna get promotions on your job.
Really going to question.
Income gonna go up. So on year 5, you probably, either switch jobs or you get promoted or whatever. So your payment gonna go up in year 5. But in year 7, it's gonna go up again. And then keep going up. Like my arm going up. My payment going up.
Right.
The arm.
It's almost like rental property.
And the key to that is that your credit rating still plays an important part in that because you're going, or if you're trying to refinance from that arm to a fixed rate. So that's you saying basically the first year you may be paying. The first 3 years you paying $2,500 a month. Then all of a sudden year 4 or 5 come and that then jumped up to $4,000 a month, and then the 7th year we at $6,000 a month. And then when you try to go back and say, well, this is getting higher, I need a fixed rate. I just need to be right here and just pay this.
Well,
where's the pitfall in that piece from arm to a fixed rate for most people?
Well, if you it's not really a pitfall. It's more or less like you gotta pay for it.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you in an you start off, and if your loan been an arm, then it's gonna be, and you want to say on year, because you know that on year 5 it's gonna rise up. So on year number 3, say they built a Walmart
Okay.
near your house,
Okay.
not too far from your house, right?
Okay.
A Walmart not too far from your house. So on year number 3, you want to get out of that loan before that jump up on year 5. So you gotta have some type of value. You gotta have some type of equity. So since that Walmart was built in your house around your neighborhood, your property value went up.
Gotcha.
You see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So you got like a little bit of equity. So now you can go ahead and pay, because you gotta pay for the lender to repackage your loan and put it in a fixed rate from an arm. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
They ain't doing that for free.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You gotta have some type of equity, or you come out the pocket. So the amount is gonna cost is how much you're gonna have to pay is basically a percent of how much your value of your house is. So it's gonna be like a couple thousand, 4,000, 5,000. You know what I'm saying? That's how they get paid. It could be 1%, 2%, 3%, however the value of your house is. That's how they're gonna get paid for doing the work. So it's either you have to kick out the money out your pocket, or you're gonna have to go ahead and it's better for you to have equity out of your house and pull that out and kick that with.
Cool.
So what is that loan called? That's when you're just paying interest.
Only interest
only.
How do people get out of that piece? Because I think you can do that for a certain amount of years, and then that boom, it's coming.
Yeah. I mean, same way. You just gotta refinance, but you gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that interest only, nah.
And the reason why I asked that question is because I've heard stories. I've heard some horror stories.
And I'm not saying that, I am not saying that these programs, like the interest only and the arm, I'm not saying they bad.
Right.
You just gotta be responsible and work it, because you can get in the house and the arm because it's low.
Right.
You can get an interest only in the house because it's low.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you can get in there.
Right.
Once you in there, then you gotta like hustling and get into a fixed rate.
Right.
So you can do that.
And one of the reasons why I was saying that piece is because I've heard these horror stories of people being on an arm, and then all of a sudden they go and start purchasing 2-3 cars. They go and get the furniture bills and all this. So now they start spending a lot of money and incurring more debt. And then all of a sudden you try to go back through a lender to get a fixed rate, and they're looking at your income to debt ratio now and saying, wait a minute, when you first got this home, your income to debt ratio was here. Now all of a sudden you got the home and the income to debt ratio is higher now than what it was when you first got it. So now you have a difficult time trying to get out the arm and into a fixed rate because of the income to debt ratio.
But then that always goes back
to having the broker that understands where you are.
And you gotta be responsible.
Got it, right.
Right, you got to be responsible, man. You can't just be out here.
Wow,
I tell you, like, some people, they say, Rob, man, I need you to sell my house. So they've been in their house for like about, say they've been in their house for like about 15 years. And the house is worth like, say, $350,000.
Right.
And they've been in there for like 15 years. And they say, I got to get $300,000 for my house. So I'm like, something ain't right. You've been here for like 15 years and you gotta get them. You owe $300,000. You owe you still owe $300,000. So when I see that, I'm like, oh nah, you got your money because you took out a home equity loan. You got your money early, but you're gonna get paid twice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you just gotta be cautious of that, because if you're gonna take out a home equity loan, you're gonna have you getting your money before you sell your house to get a lump sum.
Yeah. So we need people to really, and we talking here about, and basically for our fellas, man, we need to get in classes. We need to really get into, go to some trainings on this. We need to sit down at seminars and listen to what's going on and ask these questions.
And we have home buying.
You got them all day long, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Talk a little bit about that. How do some of the home buying classes that you all have?
We have like at my exit office, we have like home buying seminars, and they'll tell you. We'll tell you the entire process. We have a lender that's out there to explain the process from a real live mortgage lender. He'll explain the entire process, explain what your credit score should be, the programs that they offer. They explain the entire process, and then they explain the entire mortgage process, the lending process. Then we have realtors out there, our broker here explain the home buying process. Then we have the appraisal. Then you have the home inspector. We have the title company. So you have all these people that are involved in the home buying process. So we all come out there and we speak to you for the different phases of the home buying process. So the property insurance people, the home warranty. So all those things are involved in the home buying process. So these are the people that we have to speak to.
Is it okay to put your insurance in your mortgage?
That's your the PIP insurance. That's the PI. That's the insurance for your mortgage company.
No, the insurance for your house.
What you mean, your property insurance?
Yes.
And your monthly bill?
Yes.
You could, but that means you putting the onus on the mortgage company to pay it. You know what I'm saying?
I asked that because I did it, and you can't shop it if it's in your payment.
Right.
Oh yeah.
You can't shop it for
locked in.
Yes, sir. And then you gotta hope that they give you. If you pay too much, you gotta hope they give you your money back.
Yeah, right.
Because they're
premiums.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's crazy. That's crazy, man. But again, you talk about it. You say you basically got to be disciplined with this piece, and you can't be wilding out. So what are some of the I don't think you mentioned it, some of the programs for first time home buyers that are out there now? The good ones. We ain't talking about this. Cause we know people just out there talking about, yeah, we got a program, but they, you know what I'm saying, but they really don't meet the standard.
Hey man, come to my program party, man. $50
for our people. Let's just keep it 100, man.
They
So,
like,
are you familiar with?
I know a couple of them. They have like home path program. So most of the programs that they have, the lenders. I'll tell you, they'll take some input, but the home path program, usually they'll have you go to classes. They're like counseling classes to make sure that you have the right mindset and that you're going to be responsible to maintain the house and go through the process. And once you go to the classes, then you'll understand fully about what you're about to get into, and they know that the company knows that since you are educated, they'll give you money. So they give you money towards your purchase.
Oh wow!
Right.
Oh,
so
wow.
some of these houses that you can get, some of these houses that you'll get, they will give you money, and your payments is low for like about 5-7 years.
Wow, that's big.
Right.
That's big.
Right.
So I got a question. Someone was asking about FHA loans. If you have an
FHA loan. Okay.
Yeah, will you be allowed to get another?
No. I mean, if you already have a loan, you can't get 2 FHA loans. You can't get 2 FHA loans. Nah. If you already have one that's outstanding, not just paid off.
So what if it is paid off?
Then yeah, you probably get one. Yeah, you can get an FHA loan.
Because there's always there's a lot of conversations about first time buyer.
Right.
So what about the second time buyer?
Nah.
We ain't got no second time
You can't
buyer.
have a second time buyer. You can have a second time buyer if you ain't buy a house within 3 years.
Okay.
And you don't have one of your primary residents.
Right. Because you
See
can
what I'm
only have
saying?
one primary residence.
Right. It's your primary
okay.
resident.
Okay. So the other one's going to basically be like an investment type
property.
investment
Right.
property. You can only have one primary resident.
So
these-
in
these
3 years
people-
you can go back to the first time?
If you don't have a house.
If you in
primary
somebody's apartment or you staying with somebody, you can do it first time again in 3 years.
Yup.
That's great. I got a question, man, on a different piece here because again, talking about the men's corner. Do you see what percentage of single men versus married men do you see coming through to purchase homes, property?
That's a good question. Well, I see. Ironically, my last closing was last week, and it was my man. So he was single father. He was single father. He got like about 3-4 kids, working at UPS. My man, right?
Right.
He hollered at me. He did it. So.
Big ups, man. Shout out, yes indeed.
My man Quinn.
Yes indeed.
Right,
Big up. Shout out to Quinn, man, for stepping up and becoming a homeowner with that responsibility.
UPS. Yeah, he grind that thing out. Yeah. Nice house out in Waldo.
Yeah. And the reason why I ask because I know we probably see a lot of. I know you probably see a lot of single women coming through. You know, to purchase home because they want to get their own, but for some reason the men, the fellas,
I think it's like the women are more determined and more focused. You know what I'm saying? The dudes, they be wanting to get it, but then they gotta work. Then they be wanting, we want to hang out. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we save our bread, but then we chip off of the bread,
right?
Or we just making some bad moves, so it kind of extends the process a little bit. So and then just plain flat out, it's like we be wanting like short-term gratification right now. We don't want to wait. We don't want to stack our money. We don't want to get our credit up. I mean, that's just the real. So we don't want to because I know a dude a while back was a client. He had got a lump sum of money out and got hit by a bus. Metro. And,
He's six only laughing. He found the damnest things to laugh at, man.
I mean his leg, right? So I'm like this, but this is real. It's off the real though. Right? Got a lump sum of money. He said, man, I'm buy a spot. All right, boom. Bought a spot cash. Thought that money was gonna last. Went ham. And spot ain't no big. It was small, right? TV. On this wall, that wall, cable bill like about what?
Like he in the stock market. 700 square foot home. We got 7 TVs in that book.
Comcast suck that Metro bread.
Wow.
So fast forward, lost the spot. Lost the pay cash for lost. So, but the reason why I'm telling you this story is that even if it's all about you, the men, y'all gotta be focused. We just gotta be focused and get that house. Cause once we get that house, you good. I don't even care if you don't have no furniture and then you got an air mattress. You know what I'm saying? A little TV in that joint.
It's yours.
It's yours. And the roof over your head and you're being responsible.
I swear to you, them brides gonna start, I'll give you some, I'll give you some curtains, I'll do this. They gonna start bringing you stuff. They gonna start filling your stuff up.
But then that also says, no, you really on man time for real. You know what I'm saying? When you make that dedication to do that, and be disciplined to do it.
Anything, a 1-bedroom condo, yours, because you can rent that joint out $1,100 a month. You out.
That's another piece to this, man. And maybe we'll hit back on this, man. We're gonna take a quick break.
Nah,
and We're gonna keep on going through.
Yeah, we're gonna keep
we're gonna keep on going through.
We gotta dive into this DC real estate. How they sucking up DC like this?
Yeah,
nothing different.
Yeah, because I was going to talk about the condos and things of that nature, because it's not just about a single family home, or semi-detached. The condo community, and because in DC, on that, let's say we're into that, in DC, you got a lot of apartment or condos coming up all over.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when you look downtown now, man, Mass Avenue, Southwest, they may have about 5 big old buildings down there that's less than half full. You know what I'm saying? And they condos. So how do we get into that condo piece?
Well, I just know that if you want home ownership, easy home ownership, and I just say this, right? Say you bring home about $3,500 a month, like $35 a month. You got bills, you know what I'm saying? So, but you still wanna, you still wanna like own something. So you can get a 1-bedroom condo. You get a 1-bedroom condo. You can pay like probably about $800 a month, maybe $900 a month, flat out. You pay your electric or whatever, and you just about $1,000. You good. Ownership. You pay that every month, you good. So when you thinking of home ownership, you don't have to think something real big. Because as soon as you get that condo, stay in that joint for a year, rent that room out, or rent the living room out. If you want to like make a move, you can Airbnb the joint. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of moves you can make. Because in DC, it's everything in DC. You go to the harbor, you got concerts at the harbor. You can really trick your spot out and make some money off of it. Everybody talking about everybody hustling and this, hustle your spot.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So that's a hell of an investment piece.
Yeah, exactly. So even if it's, so you can go from a single family home to an efficiency, but at least it's yours to start off with. To start off with.
So are you licensed in DC, Maryland, and Virginia?
Yeah, but Maryland, DC, and then my broker in Virginia. I don't really go in VA, you know.
Okay, so in DC, in DC they can't tear. DC they can't tear down woods like they do in Maryland. Maryland just tearing down woods, throwing up houses. In the district you can't. So how is this property in the district is so high at this point in time right now?
Man, I mean, how you want me to say it?
Say how you feel.
We on the men's corner.
Say it like a man.
Hey, man, man up.
Hey, well, you know them folks is just like coming in. So what they do is that just say that your grandma has a house in DC, like on 8th Street. She owned her house, but she was used to getting like paying $1,000 or $500 or something like that off of taxes. Now taxes went up. Since they got these new politicians up in there, the taxes went up because because the other people like selling their house, so they selling their houses and then they renovating the houses and they selling them for like $1 million, $800,000. So the taxes go up. And they keep going up. And then your grandmom's retirement income is getting shorter and shorter because the tax is getting higher and higher. And then people keep pressing her out to buy the house and knocking on the door. And she keep pressed out and bills keep going. And the house start getting damaged up and she ain't got enough bread to fix it up. So she like say, put her hands up and say, all right, give me like $200,000, $300,000 for my house, I'm out. That's how they force us out.
And then in 2 3 years after that, their home worth $600,000, $700,000, and they got it basically on the strength that our people didn't know what else to do. So that's that, like in that eminent domain piece when and I always tell people,
your shit,
because back in the day, the Capitol Hill right there where Murray McLeod Bethune Park is, right? A lot of those homes were owned by blacks. Those were 4 or 5 story homes that were owned by blacks. You You know what I'm saying?
Georgetown was mainly black folks.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, Georgetown was where the black folks was, and right up there, Frederick Douglass' home, and all that were a lot of white people. But the reason why I say that park over there with those row homes there, those row homes were going back in the day when they was purchasing them 30, 40, 50, 60,000. Today, on average, we talking 1.2 million for a home that's right there. And so we tell our people, you got to remember when grandma and them purchased them homes, and as you said, the homes were paid for.
Yeah.
The taxes and paying the taxes on these homes were an issue.
Yeah.
And when they didn't pay the taxes, these people come in and say, you snatch them off the tax market and say, now we got it and you got to give it up.
Yeah.
So if you can talk just briefly about how important it is for, if you owning a home, to remember you still got to pay the taxes on it so that they don't come and snatch it from you from that perspective.
Well, yeah, you definitely right on that, because if you don't pay the taxes on the house, then that's the same thing. The government gonna snatch it from you. So that's the same thing that happened with Ice Cube and Day Day and Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to snatch the house.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? He said he tried to snatch the house. So
there was some realism in the comedy.
Yeah, they snatch your house. So you definitely got to pay your property taxes. You definitely got to pay them, and they ain't bending on that at all.
So if
all of them too. You can't even have no leftovers. You can't be like a penny short. Nah, you gotta pay it all.
So we're gonna end with this question.
What's that?
Run out of time. So this question right here. So the tax list, is that public records for if someone wants to go buy a house off there, or that just go back to the government?
Yeah, no. The tax list, somebody can buy the delinquent taxes from a house, and then in Maryland, say I buy, the tax sale is coming up, basically, I think it's coming up in May, March, something. I think it's in May. Tax sale in PG County in Maryland coming up. So say I buy a house in May. Say I buy it in like Fort Washington. That owner, even though I buy it, I could start the foreclosure process in November. But that owner, even if I start the foreclosure process, that owner still got the right 2 years from May to redeem his house. Right. Alright? So that's very important. That's very
important.
Very, 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 very important. If you are an investor and you want to find some houses, the tax lien investor buys the tax certificate, but he don't go directly to the owner. The owner still got ties to the house for 2 years after the tax lien investor. You see what I'm saying? Right. So you can go to the owner and negotiate with him and say, look, man, I know somebody bought your taxes on your house. If I can pay your taxes, then go ahead and do a deal and buy your house too. Because you know that everybody who lost their house in the tax lien sale own the house free and clear. Because if you got a mortgage on the house, the mortgage company will pay the taxes on the house because they don't want to lose the asset.
That's a good piece from the man's corner right there. It shows like a whole lot that we can move forward with this real estate thing, but y'all rewind the tape and get some good information from it. And again, we will not be here next weekend because it's DJ Glam's birthday, and hope to see you guys at a party. And make sure you show us some love. We will be off next week. We see y'all the first week of March, and we appreciate you guys for tuning in. And look, share, like, and tell a friend.
And subscribe. Oh, also, look out for our hashtag Men's Corner. When you start to see it, you know we're doing hashtag Men's Corner, hashtag Real Talk, all that. Hey, let's go in with it, y'all.
Subscribe to the Men's Corner on YouTube.
Tell a friend. Tell a friend. Yeah, all that.
Y'all have a great
we love y'all
night.
That was good.
Oh, man, thank you, Rob. I appreciate Appreciate you, man. Yes, indeed.
That's good info.
One more